All right, welcome. This is going to be the first episode of putting our garden in. We are in the planning stages. We have these raised bed gardens over here from Vigo that we put together, and we have a couple of ideas of where they're going to go. So let me show you the layout. All right, so we've got these two raised beds here, and what the plan is going to be is basically just have a decent amount of fencing, a decent amount of room between the exterior of these, and then over here for the fence, enough room to have a wheelbarrow that goes through. And then this will pretty much be the front where I'm standing here looking down straight at it. And if you can just picture a fence that kind of goes from here, tracks around, goes along the line there, and then basically in the back there is where all your melons and whatnot are going to be. And then the fence is going to come straight along this way. There'll be an entry point kind of this way to lead to the house that way, as well as a water source. And then enough room for my wife to have all of her accessories and whatnot to in the garden, as well as enough room as far as the fence exterior goes to allow for expansion of more raised beds if need be. Now, as far as the raised beds go, basically the plan as it is now is to I haven't decided whether or not I want to remove the grass here because it's pretty well flat as it is. And that's a controversial decision, I know, but it might save some time. But what's going to happen underneath the raised beds here is going to be fabric that we have that we'll throw down, and we'll also put some fabric along the sides if we have enough. And then after the fabric will be the hardware fabric, which essentially is just that chicken wire looking stuff to keep all the critters out, and maybe kind of poke out the exterior a little bit just to kind of keep those critters at bay. And then after that, we've got a bunch of cardboard that we're going to throw down on top of that. And then to mount it up, sticks and then rubbish that we have, and then throw in, the soil on top of that to come to about yay high here. It's later in the season, I realize, but we've had a lot of life activities that have kind of held us up and whatnot. But we've got the materials. We just need to throw them in through the ground and whatnot. So that concludes today's episode of putting in our garden, the planning stages. So at this point, we're just going to use our imagination, but stick with us, and hopefully it'll be a decent product by the end. All right, that's it. This is just going to be using our imaginations to fill in the gaps here. So that's part one. Stay tuned for part two. We'll see you in the next one.